Yeah, it's your boy Ray on the mic. Let's go.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Ray White, host of On the Mic with Ray White podcast show and equity inclusion strategist for Raymond D. White Consulting, and bringing to y'all this fantastic book, Advocacy in Action, 9 Practical Actions for Allies in Social Justice, that is available to you right now. Click the link in the bio or DM me the word AIA book and you can get this today. Well, shipping may take a little bit of time, but you can get the physical copy by clicking the link and I can send you a signed copy and you get to your inbox shortly after you sign up for it. But it'll be yours in your inbox. Super excited about this book because what I hope to answer is the question that many of our non-Black identities have asked during 2020. When I see social injustice, what do I do? What do I do when I see oppression? What do I do when I see identities hurting or being discriminated against within my spaces? And what I hope to provide in this book is just 9 ways that you can get started today. Yes, you feel the overwhelm. Yes, you feel the amount of work, but to hopefully demystify what it takes to become an advocate through these 9 practical ways. And through these 9 ways, we are looking at it through the 3 different circles of influences: how we influence ourselves, how it influences the spaces around us with our peers, and then how we influence these spaces where we are in multicultural settings and be able to create this relationship where we are all working together, moving from aware, becoming allies, and then become advocates through the resources and through the relationships and through the connections that we currently have today. Right? So that's what this book is all about. In these series of episodes, we kind of walk through some of the stages of this book, talking about how we started the book, why it was created, and then the next episode was talking about our advocacy position and how that plays a key role in for us to even engage with this type of work. Then we delve into our circle of influences, where we talked about what it means for us to practice within ourselves, what work we need to do to become unaware and understanding and become advocates. And then the intracultural circle of influence, where we are talking to our peers in monocultural settings based upon our social identities. And then the intercultural spaces, where we are in multicultural settings, multi-ethnic settings, and building relationships and engagements and making sure that we're not superimposing our own lens, but we are being co-conspirators and amplifiers with the people in those spaces who are experiencing trauma, pain, or experiencing oppression, and supporting them to amplify them up to be able to experience dignity and worth and value within our society that we all as humans are awarded. Like, we all should experience that as human beings in this lifetime. So that's what we just walked through in these episodes. I encourage you to look back and listen to those episodes and gain some insights and even some of the practical tips that were explained in the book as we outlined, and some reflective questions to get you through that. But we reached the end of the series. And the question then becomes, what's next, right? Like, what do I do? Like I stated, this is supposed to be a book that is just one of the footstones on your journey. There are tremendous amount of authors out there, tremendous amount of resources, tremendous amount of steps that you can take. And what I hope to submit is just one opportunity to get you started on your social justice, anti-racist, anti-oppression journey. So your journey should not end by the time you close this book. This book should just be a catalyst and a catapult towards the trajectory of you becoming an advocate within your communities by starting where you are. And so where I hope that as you are taking those next steps, you just are reminded of one main thing, is that this is about progress and not perfection. We as human beings will never be perfect. Our societies, sadly, will never be perfect. There will constantly be negativity, oppression, biases, the discrimination happening in our communities. But if we can take just one opportunity to rectify that, how much greater will we see the quality of life for ourselves and others, the opportunities of belonging to occur, people to feel like they're thriving within their spaces, because we have taken the intentional steps of being advocates by finding ways to support the people who are experiencing the most harm and pain in our communities. And it's a progressional tactic. We can't be perfect in building relationships. Humans are not going to be perfect. Our relationships will never be perfect. But if we are intentionally taking progress to learning, taking action, and reflecting on those actions, then we will constantly close the loop. Then we will intentionally create that inclusive environment that's intentional and not just leave it status quo and by default. And so what I hope to encourage you is that, like I stated, this is just one of the services or one of the resources to help you on your journey in the midst of many others as well. And that you just do not stop at one book, at one course, at one coach, one consultant, whatnot, that is talking about what does it look like to become anti-racist in this space, that you leverage it as an opportunity to enhance your knowledge, enhance your skill sets and your capabilities to be that leader within your communities. So that your next step is to identify what your next step is. As you get to the end of the book, as you take these practical actions, how will you deepen your knowledge and deepen your engagement in your relationships to becoming an anti-racist leader that we need in our communities, and leverage that as an opportunity to invite more people into this work, because it takes all of us in all ranges of life and perspectives and skill sets to bridge our communities and create inclusive environments for every identity to belong and thrive. If you want to work with me on this journey, if you are looking for a person to help be a guide, walk with you to become the anti-racist inclusive leader that you want to be for your communities, for your neighborhoods, and for your organizations, there's a QR code in this book where you can tap in with me and see the type of service I provide. I help guide leaders to incorporate diversity, equity, and inclusion concepts and tactics within their leadership, people and culture strategies, and operations. And I do their speaking, I have workshops, strategic planning strategies to help guide you and your teams to incorporate this within your leadership. And I would love to be a thought leader and thought partner to help support you within that as well. So if you tap the QR code in the book or click another link in the bio, raymondwhite.net/Ray White Speaks, and you can schedule a call with me and we could talk more about how do we incorporate these concepts within your leadership so that it doesn't just live in your minds and in the book, but you're actually living it out through your actions and through your leadership to create this environment for your community. So be that leader. Get the book AIA, Advocacy in Action, by clicking the link in the bio and DM me the word AIA book. Appreciate this journey with me, and let's continue to create inclusive communities where every identity belongs and thrives. Let's go.